submission. Oh, beautiful right uppercut. Starting to exchange center.
Yo, welcome back, everybody. First of all, hats off to Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant came into this fight, man. He was definitely going to go out on his shield. But I got to be honest before we get into it. I have to say, PBC showed a shot when Caleb Plant and his entourage and his team was, I guess, getting out the car, coming into the facility. And I did see on his face, man, like, God is my witness. It seemed like he was a little bit nervous, and I couldn't put my hands on it. And I was just like, you know what, man, it's a big fight. It's a big day. You got a lot on the line. Definitely have a lot on your mind. But at the same time, it's a certain confidence that a fighter has when he's coming into the fight. Even when he's getting out the car, coming into the facility, the cameras get on you, and they start getting in your face, asking you the initial questions or whatever. It's a certain confidence that you have, you know what I mean? It's a certain confidence that you show. And I really wasn't getting that vibe off of Caleb Plant. But at the same time, I stuck with my decision. I said, I'm going to ride with Caleb Plant. He's the underdog. I'm going to ride with him. And looking at how the fight really, you know what I mean, transgressed. First of all, Caleb Plant, he did do a good job, but he just didn't do enough. And I said it before. Not only you're going to need your jab, you're going to have to throw combinations, but at the same time, you're going to have to be able to hurt Canelo. At no time could Caleb Plant put his hands on and hurt Canelo. He was using his jab, but at the same time, he really didn't have anything on his jab. He was just kind of popping the jab instead of really putting it on him. I told you, you got to throw, you know what I'm saying? You're going to throw that jab. You have to throw it in all, not only aspects, but also angles. You got to throw that power jab, the up jab. He was just, you know what I mean, just flicking it out there, get separation, you know what I mean, maybe set up a couple of combinations. But as I said, you have to be able to hurt Canelo, because Canelo's not only smart, he cuts off the ring beautifully and systematically, breaking Caleb Plant down throughout the whole fight. I mean, the body to head ratio in this fight, Canelo went to the body, you know what I mean? He had over 54, 55 shots to the body. Caleb Plant only had 18. He broke the bigger guy down. And that's what, unfortunately, Caleb Plant didn't get a chance to do. You have to break Canelo down, because if you don't possess the power, you know what I mean, like somebody like Charlo or even Triple G, you have to systematically break Canelo down. You have to use his game plan against him. That's what he does to his opponents. He breaks them down. Once you start to get into the later rounds, he gets him up out of there. But Canelo said, you know what, between the 7th and 9th round, I'm going to get him up out of there. Caleb Plant lasted to the 11th round before he got stopped. Once he hit him with that machine gun flurry, that was it. Caleb Plant, even throughout this fight, he had a habit of, once he dropped and he leaned to the side, he leaned too deep, and Canelo was catching him, you know what I mean, with that left or that right uppercut. The same thing that hurt Billy Joe Saunders and crushed his face ultimately. That's what Caleb Plant was doing throughout the whole fight, bending, leaning too low, and Canelo was catching him. Even if you do that, if you're Caleb Plant, you have to throw a shot to get that distance, to kind of give you a comfort zone to keep you safe while you transition back up and get into your high guard. But he was getting caught with too many shots, especially later on in the fight. It was really prevalent at that point. Canelo was not only picking them apart, but also wearing them down. And so, can't argue with that. Not a bad stoppage, you know what I mean? It was a good job by the ref, but Caleb Plant just didn't do enough in the fight to pull it off. And I told you guys, coming into this fight, you have to, this is Caleb Plant. He's going to have to get his hands dirty. You know what I mean? You're going to have to box, get your range, hopefully stack up some points. But at the same time, you're going to have to get in there and you're going to have to take risks. But at the same time, you're going to have to be smart. Those risks has to be calculated. He wasn't doing that. He was just getting caught with too many shots, and he wasn't throwing nothing. You have to be able to punch with Canelo. But Caleb Plant don't have the power to punch with Canelo. So somebody like Charlo, Triple G, they got the power to punch with Canelo. You know what I mean? Canelo, he hasn't fought, I believe, Jermell Charlo, but at the same time, he fought Triple G. So he respects Triple G's power, you know what I mean? And as they fought, you know what I mean, that couple of times, Canelo did get smarter. He did get better at adjusting to those shots. But at the same time, Canelo knows Triple G can punch. Now, in this fight, Canelo felt as though, you know what? Caleb Plant can't hurt me. So once he realized the Caleb Plant couldn't hurt him, now his range and his timing, you know what I'm saying, it got even better because now Canelo was on a pursuit. He's not only keeping his range, you know what I mean, and trying to counter punch it, set you up for a shot, or come in with that leaping left hook. No, now at this point when he know he can't be hurt by you, now he just has to watch his angles and press you. And that's what he did. He watched his angles, he protected his angles, and he pressed Caleb Plant. And he wound up chopping him down, getting up out of there. And I'm sad to see, man, like Caleb Plant kept on falling for that lunge left hook. I mean, like, that's what Canelo does. And not only he fell for it, he was, like I said, he kept on dropping, and he kept on coming to level with the shot. You know what I mean? And that last one hurt him. And where did it hurt him at? Canelo, he set him up perfectly. You know what I mean? He caught him right on the ropes. So as he caught him, and he buckled him, and he hurt him, eventually, I mean, chopped him up, broke him up. He went down, you know what I mean? Caleb Plant ran across the ring, you know what I mean? You can tell at the same time, man, he was hurt. Ref said, "You cool?" "Yeah, I'm cool." Let him fight. And you already knew what was coming. Canelo was going to jump on his ass, man, you know what I mean? Like a shark that smell blood. And that barrage that he caught him with, there again, on the ropes. The same position that you got in and got hurt the first time, you put yourself back in that position. This is Caleb Plant. And what did Canelo do? He do what he does. He put the icing on the cake, caught him on the ropes, hit him with that series of, I mean, that barrage was vicious. You know what I mean? Because he hit him. He ain't doing like he did Kovalev. You know what I mean? He caught Kovalev, hit him with the pop. Kovalev went to sleep. Caleb Plant, man, he caught him and he drilled him. White. And that was it. You know what I mean? Not only you knew Caleb Plant was hurt, but you knew if he went down, it wasn't going to be easy getting back up. And that's where you have to salute Caleb Plant, because he was hurt, but he did get back up. And you got to salute that, man. You know what I mean? You could tell he was in great shape for the fight. But at the same time, and he got a decent chin. Because like I said, Canelo caught him with some shots, and although he did get knocked down, he did get hurt. I will honestly say, you know what I mean, Caleb Plant, he got a chin, man. He a tough dude. You know what I mean? You sit in there and almost went 12 with Canelo. He knocked you down, but he didn't knock you out. You know what I mean? Technical knockout is different from going to sleep. You know what I mean? Going to sleep is a whole different picture, a whole different scenario. So you got to give it to Caleb Plant, man. He took that punishment, but at the same time, he still was able to get to his feet even after the fight, even after he got hurt, but he was conscious. So salute to Caleb Plant. He definitely has a bright future, man. And I could see Caleb Plant probably fighting for a title again in the future. You know what I'm saying? With who? I mean, who knows? If he may go up after this fight. You never know. But Canelo, you still got Benavidez out there. You got Charlo out there. And really, that's the only two options, in my opinion, as super middleweight that can possibly give Canelo any problems because of the power as well as the speed. Between Benavidez and Charlo, I probably would have to give the power aspect to Charlo. But Benavidez also has some pop now because he has speed and he's very accurate. You know what I mean? So when you're speed and you have accuracy, depending upon your shot, that equates to power if you catch your opponent correctly. But Charlo, he just has also speed. And he's also, a great boxer, but he has that raw power, you know what I mean, that can give Canelo problems, especially if he's able to land clean on Canelo and get Canelo's respect early. That can be a great fight. So moving forward, got to see what Canelo going to do. He's most certainly earned a vacation. Who knows where he's going to go, but at the same time, he's the king of the world. Yet again, he proved it yet again. So even if you go for the underdog like I did, end of the day, you still got to respect Canelo, man. He's pound for pound great status. You know what I mean? I told you in 2021, Canelo was the best fighter in the world. Will he be surpassed in the future? Who knows? Talk Nation, stand up. It's your boy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.